Hello everyone, in this video we will try to demonstrate how to connect the Sigma pumps, prominent pumps, with our compact controller device and make the arrangement for automatic dosing based on a 4 to 20 milliamp signal. The first thing that the customer has to make sure that he have done is the proper installation. So apart from the electrical connection for the devices, we have the connection between the pump and the controller, and this is normally supplied or called as the universal cable. And the universal cable comes we have two types of universal cables, the 5-pin and the 3-pin universal cable. So this is a 5-pin universal cable, and we have terminated the required cables, and we cut the other two. So here you have the brown, the important ones are the brown and the black, and then the blue. At the controller side, you need to terminate this universal cable using the brown and black together and the blue alone. So if you look at the from the pump side, it's a normal plug at the second port. So normally you have the second port is for the automatic control. You just plug it. You have to make sure that the brown and the black will take the signal from the compact controller along with the blue and pass it to the controller, but the brown and black has to be together. If they are not together, then the pump will go to pause mode. This is a very important note. So what we normally do is we combine these two terminals and we plug them at XA2. So XA1 XA1.2 will take the terminals, the brown and the black together, as we have done them here in this way. And then we have XA1, and this is the positive output of the milliamp signal, and this will be carried by the blue terminal of the universal cable. So after you have set the made the proper connections, now we can explain the setting of the controller. The controller, at the compact controller, you have to do two types of settings at the compact controller side and the controller of the pump. You have to make sure that both are speaking the same language, if I can say it in this way. At the controller side, so just to show you the way how to set the controller. So from the basic screen, the first screen, we can press on the menu button, and then you have a list of setting possibilities. So our concern is the control parameter. If you put the arrow at the control parameter and you press the OK button, then you have the parameters of the control settings. In this case, we will be looking at the control type. The control type is dosing, and then the set point. So the important thing is to define the set point. So you go to set and click OK, and then you define your set point. So let's say we will do it here 590 millisiemens. So millisiemens is 590 microsiemens. You have to notice that the unit of conductivity here is millisiemens, which is equal to 1000 microsiemens. So this set point is now 590 microsiemens or 0.59 millisiemens. So then we press OK, and then you can also configure the type of control or the profile of control. So you can say the type. Here it is P. This means proportional. You can also have a manual or PID or P. The PID will give smooth curve and slow response to the fluctuation. The P will give faster response to the change, but not smooth at the final tuning stage. We will keep it as P, but the customer can decide at site which type of control profile he requires. Then we go with the escape, and then we need to set one more thing, which is the output. And the output, the first two parameters, we keep them because this controller can give a frequency output and a milliamp output at the same time. So frequency output, we will not connect the pump using this feature. We will use the milliamp output, and here you need to make sure that the setting is dosing. So when you go inside by pressing OK, you can have different types. You can have manual or correction value or measured value, or you can put it off, but for our purpose we have to put it at dosing, and then we click OK. Then we need to define the range. So the range from 0 to 20 milliamp or from 4 to 20 milliamp. Normally our dosing pumps are by default set to 4 to 20 milliamp, so it makes sense that you go here and select the range as 4 to 20 milliamp. And then the other parameters, you don't need to change them, you keep them as is. Now that's it. That's all what you have to do at the controller side. We have to do the settings now at the pump side. So at the pump side, the main thing is to make sure that the signal received at the control port is the same as per the setting. So we set 4 to 20 milliamp signal output from the conductivity controller. So this means we have to make sure that we set first the mode. The operation mode normally is manual, so we have, you see it's at the manual. The first thing we do is we change it to analog, and then we press OK. And then okay, let me explain how I came to the manual of the setting manual. So normally if you're at the main screen, you press on the pump should be on stop position, stop, and then you press the P, and then you are in the setting manual. So the mode, as I explained, we have to put it analog, and then the setting, we go to the setting and then we click OK, and then we define the analog input signal. Then we click standard, and then we make sure it is 4 to 20 milliamp, and then we click OK, and then we are good to move. Now to be able to simulate, so we have set a parameter of a set point of 590 microsiemens, and then we put the pump on automatic mode. If I start the pump now, and then I start simulating,